Hello, hello, and welcome. My name is Karen Kane, Coach Karen, sometimes known as Spiritual Sober Yogi, rocking a podcast as we speak called Sovereign Sobriety. So, wherever you are, if you are here, no accidents, no coincidences that you are. And from my heart to yours, I welcome you. And it is a pleasure to be within your energy. Today's topic, oh, in case you don't know a little bit about me, I wasn't always this way. I'm actually in recovery. I am recovered 6 years from a very long addiction to alcohol from the age of 15 to 45. Yes, I am 51. I take care of myself these days. I'm also a divorced mom to a teenage son, and I show up every day doing the best I can to help others. And one of the things that I show up for is because I know where I was and I know where I am today. And I know that I never have to be where I was. And you don't have to either if you are where I used to be, which, oh my gosh, let's get you out. Let's get you out of there. So I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad that you're here. So it's funny, I've been going through some old material so I'm also, this is not my first time rodeo either. I had a couple stints of being sober, almost a year. I didn't make it a year. One was 8 months, one was almost a year. Why didn't I make it? Because I didn't have the right tools and knowledge to make it. And I also didn't have the right reasons. So today we're going to talk about triggers. How do you stop the triggers? Sorry, I felt something on me. How do you stop the triggers? Now, what are the triggers? Well, what I learned in my travels in AA, the triggers are people, places, and things. So, how do you stop the triggers? Well, one is to avoid them. But back in the first time when I got sober, I didn't know to really avoid people, places, and things that cause these triggers. I didn't know that. So, first of all, one of your biggest triggers is driving by the liquor store that you always go to pick up your liquor. Or maybe there's several ones because I used to go to different ones because I didn't want those people to think I was a drunk. So I would like bounce around to different liquor stores. So I didn't seem like I was going there all the time. If you can relate to this, you probably have a problem. You probably have a problem with alcohol like I did. So people, places, and things, right? What else are the triggers? So bars, restaurants where you go and you associate that with a certain drink or people or socializing, but whatever it is, most likely you're getting drunk. So you want to avoid those triggers. Now, how can you stop them? Oh, so ask yourself, like in a day, like what are my triggers? So what are your triggers? And how can you avoid them, which that I didn't know. How can you avoid the triggers? And my story goes deep because there was that first time, and then there was that second time, and then there is this time where it's stuck. Sobriety stuck. So let me tell you what. It is worth sticking with it. I would have never thought in my wildest dreams that I would be where I am today and I would have these certifications and I would be doing the things that I'm doing. I would have never, ever, ever thought that in that first round of sobriety, in that second round of sobriety. Granted, I am now 51. So what did I do in my life? I was on this journey. I was on this journey. I could do a million things. I'm a licensed hairdresser. It's like I could go on and on and on and tell you what I've done. It's a lot. But ultimately, it has put me right here today where I can help. And I'm here to serve. I'm here to serve God. I'm here to serve my fellow humans, my fellow souls that are here on this earth right now. So that's why I show up every day. Okay. So coping mechanisms. So coping mechanisms and practices if you're triggered, or even better yet, now. So that used to be the way it was for me. Like, oh God, I got triggered. So what do I do when I get triggered? Better yet, that's how I used to think. Let's see. So the way I used to think in like my early times, like the previous times I got sober, I actually have it written down, to surround myself with people who love and care about me. This is the old stuff. And then to look at my son and remember that he needs me to be sober, and deep breaths. So it's funny how we evolve as humans. So now let's forget about that. The way that I practice myself. So I need to practice myself because I can't get too confident and think that I can pick up a drink because I know I can't, nor would I ever want to. It's totally low vibe, low vibe. No, thank you. Yeah, just that whole, I don't want that. Like, I love this high vibe energy. So the way that I am now, it's the pre-work. So what is the pre-work, you might ask me, Karen? So the pre-work is, okay, you set yourself in the right place right when you wake up. You wake up, prayer, gratitude, meditation. And if you've never meditated before, or you have and you haven't given it a chance, well, guess what? You got to keep practicing. There are a million ways to meditate, and that is one of the things that we're going to work on, and I'm going to teach you, and we can work on it together. How are we going to work on it together, you might ask? Well, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a challenge of 30 days without a drink challenge. I just threw that out there. I didn't come up with a name yet. But what do you think? Are you in? Because if you are, it's not going to be free though, because you know what? People cop out when they don't pay for anything. So unfortunately, I know when people pay, even if it's not a lot, it gives them more motivation to actually show up. And you're not showing up for me, you're showing up for you. So, and you have to learn that self-worth, because I had no self-worth when I was drinking, obviously, because I just drank myself to oblivion all the time because I didn't give a shit about who I was. And I didn't have any self-love or self-worth. And so I just abused myself. And I got depressed. So it was just not good. So meditation, exercise. So it's so important. It's so important for your mental health. Everything I do is for my mental health. I mean, honestly. So exercise, and any form of exercise. Are you able to walk? Do a rebounder, which is so good for you. What do you love to do? Well, maybe you don't love to do anything. Well, we're going to figure it out, because I used to hate exercise. Yes, me. I hated exercise. So trust me, there's something out there for you that we can figure out, and you're going to just do it, and you're going to do it daily, because that is going to help with the triggers. Okay. Breathwork, learning how to breathe when something starts to come in on you, and you're like, I'm feeling the stress. Oh my heart is pounding. Oh my God, I'm going to have a panic attack, and I feel stressed out. And so when you can learn how to manage your stress, anxiety, and depression beforehand, then there's way less to handle or deal with or, work through on the other end. So it's really, it's starting to just nip it in the bud first. And then you have less to deal with or work through, and then you're not as triggered to think you want to pick up a drink. And the answer is never to pick up a drink. And you don't get drunk if you don't pick up a drink. So that's definitely true. I would say one of the most amazing things I've ever done in my life is stop drinking and doing it for myself and going through all the pain that I went through. And it's still painful because I can't numb those feelings. Like if I have emotions, like the guy I was seeing for 2.5 years left me. I feel that. I feel it. It hurts, but you got to have that faith, and the faith that everything's divinely guided and everything's happening for our greatest and highest good. And we're exactly where we're supposed to be. And nothing's permanent. Everything's temporary. And I'm not that person. I don't know what they're going through, and I never can know, right? But what I can do is forgive, have compassion, put myself in their shoes as best as I can, and love hard and forgive and just be that love, because love is it. Love is all there is. And when we start to practice that love within, it just ripple effects out. So thank you for being here. I am super grateful for you. Make sure if you did like this content to click subscribe and hit the bell so you receive notifications when I go live or when I upload a new video. Also, if you go onto my website, KarenKane.com, you can sign up for newsletters, and then you'll be notified of that challenge I'm talking about, or any classes, courses, or events that are taking place in the future. I am also offering life coaching sessions now. First-time customers, it's $49.99 for your first session, and $64.99 after that. I'm also offering a package deal. So if you purchase 4 sessions in advance, you get 1 free. And that's what I got going on for you. Thank you so much for being here. Peace, love, and namaste. Be well.